Ayubowan, Subha Sandhyawak Siladanatama, a very warm welcome to After School, the English language episode that we bring today. And as always, we have with us Troysa, who is going to join us in educating us on a new chapter. And that is going to be, what is the topics that we have, sir, today?
Yes, today we're going to extend the lesson. At the moment we have already given some, and as usual we have already arranged a particular grammar lesson and certain types of idioms.
Okay, so we give it over to Troy sir. අපි අද ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ grammar lesson එකක් තමයි. වැඩිදුර අපිට අදහසක් ලබා ගන්නට මොකද භාෂාව හැසිරවීමේදී ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් යම් කිසි කෙනෙක්ට අමතක වෙලා තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. If that is forgotten, maybe this will refresh your mind about the grammatical usage of the language. So over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Right, so then you know that English is a modern language. In the same way, it is an international language. So everybody loves to learn this language for certain purposes: communicative, writing, reading. Sometimes imagine you want to go to cinema. If it is an English movie, you want to understand. So therefore, everybody loves to learn this beautiful language. So we are going to help you to learn it better. What my advice is, if you love to learn English, forget the book. Come on the ground and practice it well. Practice makes perfect, always. Today I'm going to give you small grammar lesson, and in the same way, how to use some idiomatic language.
Yes, certainly, as Troy sir said, language එකක් අපිට පුරුදු වෙන්න ඒක පාවිච්චි කරන ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි වුණොත් අපි පොතේ දැනුම විතරක් ගත්තට අපිට ඒක practically use වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් අපිට අමාරු වෙන්න පුළුවන් හුරු නැහැ වගේ දැනෙන්නට පුළුවන්. ඒ නිසා තමයි Troy sir අපි අද උනත් language එක වැඩිපුර use කරන්නේ so that you get to understand how the pronunciation is, how the language is used in practical, you know, in the day-to-day way. Every day you get to understand how to use it, put it to use. Make sure that you attempt at least a conversation with a friend. To enable that, we are using the language more. නමුත් අපි අදහස පැහැදිලි කරගන්න අවශ්‍ය නිසා මේ සිංහලනුත් පැහැදිලි කරන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා. So Troy sir, as you said, grammar අපි පොතේ දැනුම විතරක් මදි නිසා ඒක හරියට කොහොමද භාෂාව කතා කරන්න පාවිච්චි කරන්න කියලා තමයි දැනගන්න යන්නේ.
Yes. Let's start there. Right? Okay. Then you can remember one day I taught you how to use continuous form. At the moment, I have taught you present continuous. Now, I think you have a good knowledge of using present continuous. So, this is the next lesson I'm going to teach you, past continuous form. How to use past continuous form.
Okay, අද lesson එක වෙන්න යන්නේ past continuous form එක. අපි බලමු මොකක්ද ඒකේ තියෙන pattern එක, මොකක්ද ඒකේ ක්‍රමවේදය අපිට ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාවේදී අපි සිංහලෙන් උනත් අපි යම් කිසි විදිහට කියන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ වාක්‍ය. අතීත කාලයේදී සිදුවෙච්ච ක්‍රියාවක් නේද සර්?
Of course, yes.
පැහැදිලි කරන්නේ යම් කිසි ක්‍රියාවක් අතීත කාලයේදී සම්පූර්ණ වෙච්ච ක්‍රියාවක් පිළිබඳ වර්තමානයේදී කියන විදිහ. ඒකට පාවිච්චි කරන යම් කිසි විදිහක් තියෙනවා අපි ඒක තමයි දැනගන්න යන්නේ.
Right. Let's see. Then over here, and first I want to tell you how to use past continuous forms. In past continuous form, in the same way as we use present continuous form, I told you at the very first day, you can remember. Now, if you're going to cook something, first we need ingredients, and we should have a clear idea about the things we are going to use. So, here, the first part I need to tell you, the be forms. We want be forms, right? And I taught you in the first lesson, the present be forms, am, is, are. Never pronounce this as am, right? It is am. This is, this is are. We call them be forms in present. But today we don't want to use these things. Okay? And we have to use the past form. In past, you can see there are only two B forms. What are they? This one contains two pronunciation, words and vowels. If you want to practice British English, then you decide this as words. But in American, mostly say vowels. But this is were. See? Words and were. But in present, you had am, is, are. There were three in present. But in past, there are two, words and were. Right? So then here, now when you want to express a certain idea in a negative form, to say no, not, and we can use the same thing in negative form, was not or wasn't, or else were not, weren't. Was not, wasn't. In the same way, were not, weren't. Right? That is the negative form if you want to use. Right? So then, better see, now over here you can see, we call them pronouns. Pronouns. Normally, in English, there are 7 pronouns. I have already taught you this lesson either. See, the first one, I. You know how to pronounce I. There are 2 ways. I will teach you. Now, just imagine E, Y, E, also I. And this is also I. But when you want to pronounce this one, please try to open your mouth up to this level. That means you should be possible to put those 4 fingers into your mouth and open that much and say I, or else I, that means this one, E-Y-E. So, this is very important to understand, right? If you want to pronounce this, I, you have to open your mouth, but E, Y, E, this one, it is I. Shall we analyze it in singular?
Yes.
Dulanshini?
So, sir, පැහැදිලි කරා අපිට කොහොමද වාක්‍ය ගොඩ නැගෙන්නේ කියන එක present සහ past කියන forms දෙකේදී am is are B form එකේදී present එකේ නමුත් past එකේදී was were වෙනවා. ඒකම negative form කියනවා නම් was not or were not. ඒකම shortened form එක තමයි wasn't or weren't.
Yes.
අද දැන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ අපි pronouns වලට.
Yes.
එතනදී මම, අපි, ඔබ, ඔවුන්, ඔහු, ඇය සහ දෙය කියන දේ. ඒ වලදී කොහොමද
especially the pronunciation.
Pronunciation එක තමයි මතක් කරේ. I කියනවා නම් කට හුඟක් ඇරෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා.
Yeah.
Pronounce කරනකොට කට ඇඟිලි 4ක් විතර දාන්න පුළුවන් වෙන ප්‍රමාණිත කියලා කියනවා සර්.
Yes.
පුළුවන් උපරිමයක්. එහෙම කිව්වොත් මම කියන අදහස I. නමුත් සර් සජෙස්ට් කරන්නේ I EYE කියන pronunciation එක චුට්ටක් වැඩියෙන් කට අයින්නේ නැතුව කියනකොට තමයි ඇසේ අදහස එන්නේ කියලා. ඇසේ pronunciation එක වෙනස් කියලා තමයි අදහස් කරන්නේ.
Of course. Then the other one is we never say Sinhala we, but it's we, this is you, they, he, she, and it. Now, we have to use be forms with them, let's say, and here in past continuous, you have to use I was, right? And this is we, first person, we were. The thing is, when we take I and we, both are first person pronouns, but I is singular and we is plural. So, therefore, we use I was and we were. Then you're possible to imagine you also we use with were because you contains singular and plural formats. Commonly we use, so therefore, we were. And they also same, they were, and he was, she was. In the same way, it was. Now, this is the way of using the subject and the be verb, right? The second part. Now, let's see how to use the other part, the structure, right? The structure is this. First, you have to use a subject, whatever the subject you want. Imagine it may be I, we, he, she, it, you, that, whatever the thing, or the pronouns. Else, you can say a particular name. Just imagine William, Sarah, or else a certain profession, just the doctor, the engineer, or whatever, right? It's up to you. According to the subject, you to use be form, especially remember this is past continuous, so therefore be form should be was or were. If the subject is singular, the be form should be was. If the subject is plural, the be form should be were. And the verb, basically, the verb should be kept in present participle. Present participle. Like, so then over here, you can see some example sentences and how to use past continuous form. First instance, I would like to tell you, someone was doing something at a certain time. That means, in present perfect, I told you, someone is doing something at the time of speaking, right? I can remember I gave an example. I'm teaching you English, likewise. Then now this one, someone was doing something at a certain time, but the time should be in a past memory, right? Example, better say, Anne was reading, reading. Present participle means you have to use ing form at the end of the verb. See, read, reading. Then Anne was reading a book. What is the time? When I called her. I called her at the time. What Anne was doing? Anne was reading a book. Anne was reading a book. The time when I called her. See, the second example, she was washing dishes. Dishes means plates, right? She was washing dishes when the phone rang. Now, she had a call at the time, but what was she doing? She was cleaning. She was washing, right? The time especially you can remember when she had a call. See the third example, I was crying while he was laughing. There's a certain thing, dualism, right? I was crying while he was laughing. One side he was laughing, the other side at the time, what did I do? I was crying. Now over here, we have used the way of using and was reading, she was washing, I was crying. So then this is the way of using that past continuous form with a structure, someone was doing something at a certain time. Yeah?
Yes, Troy, say this might sound a little complicating for some.
Yeah.
Because for the past year we've been doing so many programs more in a speech manner because we were trying to make it more convenient for them to understand. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි භාෂාව පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා තමයි ගොඩක් ටොපික්ස් අරගෙන ඉතාමත් ස්පෝකන් පැත්තට එම්ෆසිස් එකක් දීලා තිබුණා. නමුත් අද වෙනකොට අපි පොඩ්ඩක් උත්සාහ කරන දැන්ෙදී යම්කිසි උමනාවක් ඇති ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේක ව්‍යාකරණ පැත්ත ග්‍රැමටිකලි දැනගන්න ලියන්න එහෙම ගියාම කොහොමද වැරදියට නැතුව හරියට කරන්න උත්සාහ කරන්නේ. ඒකයි අපි අර වාක්‍යක ෆෝමැට් එක උනත් පැහැදිලි කරන්න උත්සාහ කරන්නේ. So as he was explaining We are going to come back after this break and talk more about this particular format of the sentences. So let's go for a short break and we'll be back. Welcome back. You're watching After School on Rupavahini. So අපි බ්‍රේක් එකට යන්න කලින් ට්‍රොයිස් පැහැදිලි කරමින් හිටියා වාක්‍යක ෆෝමැට් එක කොහොමද?
Yes.
Subject එක verb එක කොහොමද join වෙන්නේ? මේ අපි කතා කරන්නේ past continuous.
Yes.
So past participles තමයි ing form එකේ words ටික අපිට පේනවා reading, washing, crying කියන එක.
Yes.
ට්‍රොයිස් පැහැදිලි කරේ යම්කිසි කෙනෙක් කරමින් ඉන්න එක ක්‍රියාවක් පැහැදිලි කරනවත් හැබැයි අතීත කාල දෙයක්.
Yes.
ඒ හා සමගාමීව තවත් ක්‍රියාවක් සිද්ධ වෙනවා.
Yeah.
ක්‍රියාවන් දෙකක්
time, yeah?
Oh, particular time frame එකක් ඇතුළේ වෙන දෙයක් තමයි මේ පැහැදිලි කරන්නේ. So,
Yeah.
and reading a book when I called her. So, මම කතා කරනකොට
Yeah.
and මොනවද කරමින් හිටියේ? කියවනවා. පොතක්
Yes.
කියවමින් තමයි හිටියේ. So, ඒක පැහැදිලි කරන විදිහට තමයි ing form එක පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා. මේකට අපි කියන්නේ past continuous.
Yes.
So, දෙවෙනි උදාහරණය බැලුවොත් she was washing dishes when the phone rang. So,
Yeah.
අපි phone එක ring වෙන අවස්ථාවේදී යා මොනවද කරමින් හිටියේ? එයා පිංගං සොදමින් සිටියා.
Yeah,
ඒක
yeah.
තමයි පැහැදිලි කරන්නේ.
Yes.
I was crying while he was laughing.
Yes.
ටිකක් අමුතු
Yeah,
explanation
yeah.
එකක් වෙන්නේ. කෙනෙක් hina වෙමින් ඉන්න අවස්ථාවකදී තව කෙනෙක් මම අඬමින් හිටියා කියලා තමයි
Yes.
කියන්නේ. So I was crying is one part of the sentence explaining what was happening. And then the second part, the second incident that has taken place was he was laughing.
Yeah.
So
at the time he was laughing.
both things have been happening in the same time.
Yeah.
We are explaining that past particular time frame when the
Yes.
incidents happened.
Yeah. Yes. So then let us see the other incident here. Something was happening at a certain time. Then there are two ways of using past continuous. The first thing is someone was doing something or else something was happening, right? Someone was doing something or else something was happening. Now I'm going to give you the examples to say that something was happening at a certain time. See? Now the previous examples you can say that Anne was reading a book, then there was a doer, Anne was reading a book. Now this is happening, something happening. Sometimes mostly they are natural incidents. See, it was not raining. It is a negative form, right? Negative form, to say not. It was not raining when they went for walk, right? Walk. So then they wanted to go for a walk, but at the time it was not raining. It was not raining, right? If it was raining, you would say it was raining, with the negative form, it was not raining. See the second example, the sun was shining, related. It was not raining, then the sky was clear, the sun was shining, right? Bright sun, okay? The sun was shining at the time, right? This is then what happened at the time. That is what you have to understand. So when they were on their walk, say what was happening around, it was not raining and the sun was shining, right? But the third example is a certain different one. My television was not working properly, right? My television was not working properly. Now, let me analyze. There are two words. The first sentence, the last word is walk. This is W-A-L-K, walk. This one, W-O-R-K, work. Walk, this one is walk, this is work. When you pronounce this, if you're possible to roll your tongue up, it's much better, work. Like with the R sound, practice. When you're going to practice, you're possible to do as, like we said that, go in front of the mirror and be cool and just simply practice. then if you're possible to roll it up, it's much better. The sound is very good. Then work, right? So then my television was not working properly. It is also something was not happening, right? First thing, it was not raining. Second, sun was shining. Third one, my television was not working. So then that is something was happening at a certain time. Yes, let's analyze.
අපි පැහැදිලි කරගමු දැන් ට්‍රොයිස් කිව්වා වගේ කීපයක් අපි ಜಾති කීපයක් ඉගෙනුවා එකම උදාහරණ කීපයකින්. හොඳයි ඒක. දැන් මෙතනදී අපි කියන්නේ දැන් ඉස්සෙල්ලා අපි ක්‍රියාවක් තව කෙනෙක් සිදු කරන දෙයක් පැහැදිලි කරා. And was reading or washing or whatever. But now it's an incident that we're talking about. සිදුවීමක්. ඉබේ සිද්ධ වෙන දෙයක් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඒක උනා කියලා පැහැදිලි කරන්න past continuous use කරන participle form එකේ verbs එක. So it was not raining. මෙතන තව උදාහරණයක් ගන්නවා නොවන දෙයක්. සිදුවීම් ගැන අපි කතා කරා. දැන් අපි negative form එක use කළා. සිදු නොවීමක් ගැන කතා වෙනවා. It was not raining when they went for a walk. So was not තමයි B form එක. Past tense. Participle එක පාවිච්චි කරනවා. Present participle එක training. When they own අවිදිමින් සිටියදී වැස්සේ නැහැ. කියන එක තමයි පැහැදිලි කරන්නේ. හරි? ඊළඟට තියෙන උදාහරණේ it was shining. Sun was shining. So ඉර පායලා තිබුණා. කලින් වෙච්ච දෙයක් නමුත් ඒ වෙලෙදි තිබුණේ ඉර පායමින්. So sun was shining. ඊළඟ උදාහරණේ my television was not working properly. රූපවාහිනිය හරියට වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ. හරියට වැඩ කරමින් තිබුණේ නැහැ. එතනත් අපි negative දෙයක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා. So television was not working properly. හරියට රූපවාහිනිය වැඩ කරමින් තිබුණේ නැහැ කියන එක පැහැදිලි කරන්න. අපිට pronunciation එකත් අපි උදාහරණයක් අපි ගමු. Walk and work. ඒක පොඩක් attention දුන්නා නම් ඒක පැහැදිලි කරගන්න පුළුවන්. අර සර් කිව්වා වගේ practice කරගන්න පුළුවන්. අපිට last couple of minutes sir we can wind up the session.
Yes, and then quickly I would give you a particular idiom, right? Every day we used to. So this is blow one's trumpet. Blow one's trumpet. So by using past continuous, you can say, she was blowing her father's trumpet with me. It's like, you know, exaggerating, right? Telling more things about the things like about father. And if you're too boring and you can say, blow one's trumpet. She was blowing her father's trumpet with me. So then went away, right? It's too difficult to listen to her. So there you can say, this is blowing one's trumpet means like boasting and telling unwanted exaggerations. So that is how using this idiom. And the other one is cock and bull stories. So in past continuous you can use this. He was coming with a series of cock and bull stories, right? Like cock and bull stories mean like stupid utterances, jargons, right? Then you just say he was coming with the series of cock and bull stories. So then I tired of, I went away. So those are the two idioms I want to teach you today. Just learn and practice. Idioms are very important to brush up your communicative English.
She was blowing her father's trumpet with me. Blow one's trumpet කියවම boasting එක කියන්නේ.
Yes.
ටිකක් මගේ දෙයක් ගැන වැඩිපුර කියනවා නේ.
In a certain way.
ටිකක් වැඩියෙන් කියන්න උත්සාහ කරන කෙනෙක්ට
Showing.
ඒක තමයි blowing one's trumpet. So ඒක අපි past continuous එකෙන් form එකෙන් use කරලා තියෙනවා medium එක. She was blowing her father's trumpet with me. අනිත් එක cock and bull stories. Cock and bull කියවම ඇත්තට වැදගත්කමක් නැති දේවල් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. වැඩිපුර කියනවා නම් අපිට ඒක අහගෙන අමාරුයි වගේ නම් he was
Stupid
coming
stories.
with a series of දිගටම වැඩිපුර කතා ගොඩාක් කියනවා ටිකක් තේරුම අඩු කතාවක් කියන එක තමයි මේ වගේ idioms පාවිච්චි කරන්න කියලා Troy suggest කරනවා. So with that we are winding up today's session. Thank you very much Troy for joining us. And all our viewers do join us for the next episode for another interesting grammatical topic similar to this. We'll come with Troy sir. Rest of the programs will be lined up. Enjoy.